Today we are reviewing the Carpuride 7-inch CarPlay, and I'm going to show you guys how this is the easiest way to get CarPlay on your vehicle that doesn't have CarPlay already. Now, before we even open this up, let's just go over a few of the features. So it's a 7-inch screen. It's got wireless and wired CarPlay and Android Auto. Right here, we got, it can transmit by FM. So if your car's that old, it'll work with any vehicle, essentially. It's got aux, the screen's 1080. You can put an SD card in. You can get the rear view camera working up on it, USB. Yeah, all the things that you would want to do on an older vehicle that didn't have CarPlay. So when we open this up, we got the 7-inch 1080p screen, which is really nice. This is going to just mount. We'll go over the mounts later. You can see on the side here, we got mic input, micro SD, camera input for the backup cam, audio out. We got the USB and power. So we'll go over that shortly. Also included in here, we have a variety of mounts. You got the power cable. So this is going to just go to your cigarette lighter to give the unit power. Then you have a suction cup mount, which I think is the one that we'll probably be using. Then on top of that, they do throw in a 3.5 millimeter cord to get the audio to your vehicle if your vehicle has that built in. And then this is an adhesive mount. So depending on your dash setup, if you have a flat spot, you could just adhere this straight to the dash. And then there's a couple other little pieces. I think this is like a hood to, keep the sun off of it. Got an extra suction cup part, it looks like, and a few other extra components, and the instructions. So altogether, it gives you everything you need, and I'm going to show you how this can be installed in your vehicle in like a minute. So we are in a 2011 Ford Escape. As you can see, no CarPlay here at all. So the only thing I did ahead of time, which literally takes like 5 seconds, is I already stuck the, it's just a suction cup, stuck that on the windshield right there, and it's got these notches on the back right here. They just slide in, so we're gonna just take the unit right here, and it pops in like that, and we can adjust the angle. Now, I have the USB 3.5 millimeter and the power already plugged into the unit. All we have to do is take our 3.5, plug it into our aux in on our vehicle so we can hear it, and we are going to plug that in for the power. Then the unit is turning on, and so you have a few ways of getting the audio. One is this device actually has a speaker, so it's not the best speaker, so we're not really going to be judging it off of that, but it's nice that it has a speaker, so you can listen to music or do whatever. You can hear everything from the unit itself, or you can have through the 3.5 into the aux of the vehicle. We can have that for the audio, or it can transmit via FM to whatever station, and then you can just tune your radio to receive the audio that way. So super versatile on how you can get the audio out of it. This is the default screen that comes up, and right now the car, we have it set up. We have the aux. I'm turning the volume up. We are going to plug in our iPhone here. All right, so I just plugged my iPhone in, and we'll see how long that takes. All right, there we go. So we got Blink-182 playing already. So that, just like that, the wired CarPlay is working great. You can adjust the volume from the unit if you tap the power button. Then we can turn this up all the way, which is kind of nice because then you can just use the regular volume knob to control everything. So from there, honestly, if you've ever used CarPlay, this works exactly like you would expect CarPlay to work. I've been testing this for a little while. Haven't had any issues with it. So if we go to our apps here, the screen's pretty responsive. Everything works really great. Yeah, let's I got some packages to deliver, so let's drive around. I'm gonna make a call on this, see how the audio is. I believe the microphone, it's hard to see, but there's a microphone right here. So if you're not using the external mic, which it has a slot for, it's gonna pick up your audio from right here, which we'll see how that sounds. And yeah, let's do this. Let's make a call and see how it sounds. And then after that, we'll test the wireless portion of the CarPlay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. How does I sound? You can hear me good?
Yeah.
Just like anything else?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Hold on one second. Just gave a quick call to my dad, and he said that everything was sounding normal. Like he couldn't tell the difference from any other time I call him. And I usually call him on my AirPods, on my from the CarPlay on my Jeep, or even just a normal phone call. He couldn't tell any difference, so that means that speaker is, or microphone, excuse me, is totally adequate. All right, so as you guys can see here, we got my phone mirrored up on it. Just connect to the Wi-Fi. So say you wanted to check out your watch a YouTube video, like my latest plasma cutting video, while you drive, which I do not recommend, or Netflix or whatever. So yeah, you can just wirelessly do that. I wanted to test out the FM transmitter. So as you can see, we got it set to 95.1. We got the car down there at 95.1. Plugged in our phone here. So now we got our podcast, 49ers podcast we're listening to.
Those people always have to be on the line of scrimmage, which means...
And it is being broadcast over FM.
It has to basically be through the middle part of the body of the center. But anyway, they have to be on the line of scrimmage. When a tight end
now
is in line, that means they are like a tackle, and so they're going to be up on line of scrimmage.
The audio quality over FM is not the best. If you're old enough like me and you remember getting an FM adapter to plug your phone in before, it's similar to that, but it's totally serviceable. It's not horrible by any means.
The Niners do some of that, though, but it's...
It is just not as crisp as if we switch over to the aux here. So that is kind of the summary of the Carpuride 7-inch CarPlay. I don't have an Android phone, so I can't test any of the Android Auto stuff, but I'm assuming that it would work just fine. Also, this has Bluetooth if you want to like just do Bluetooth and not do the screen sharing or CarPlay or anything like that. You can just use it like a normal Bluetooth as well. So I think if you have an older vehicle, like this 2011 Ford Escape, or in even like a really old vehicle, like I also have an 88 Suzuki Samurai, definitely no CarPlay in there, but anything, you don't even need a radio in your car. As long as you have a cigarette lighter that works to power the unit itself, the speaker will work from there. So a wide variety of options, really versatile, really happy with the quality. The screen looks good. I've tested it at night, I've tested it in the morning. It's a great unit, a great little way to get CarPlay onto your vehicle. And some people don't want to or don't have the means to install like a new whole head unit. And I mean, if you guys look at this, with this vehicle specifically, the Ford Escape, I would feel it would be kind of daunting with all the controls that they have to install a head unit onto this. So I think this is the best way to get the job done. So the bottom line is, if you are looking for the easiest, fastest way, and also probably one of the cheapest ways your vehicle, the Carpuride system might be the best way to go. I highly recommend it. No complaints so far. I did have an issue with the first one that I had, but they sent me a new one like right away, and no issues with that one. So I think it was isolated. They said they found an error with that. I don't know if it was the firmware or what, but they sent me a new version, no questions asked. So and the new one's been working great. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this review. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.